Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year to you all. You are here with the Game Engineer, and we are here to do what we do best, which is cracking some Magic the Gathering packs. It is first release of the year, and it is a much anticipated release with the first in universe of the year and the much loved Lorwyn Eclipsed. So I think people have been waiting. I think the last, I don't know what, the last 3 or 4 sets that came out have been out of universe. We had Final Fantasy Christmas. We had Avatar: The Last Airbender. Um, we had a few other kind of humdrum things last year, Aether Drift and some others. So a lot of people have very fond memories of Lorwyn from back in the day and are excited to be back. You can see here we've got a little bit of everything. The only thing we don't have is the Game Night Draft box, which I believe hit some manufacturing issues, so they were not available, at least not available where I am. So I will review that later on, but that one isn't too different. It's basically just the equivalent of a gift bundle. So you get you get enough cards to do a 4-person draft, and then you get one collector booster that can act as sort of the prize for the night. So I don't expect there'll be anything too dramatically different to show you there. But no, we do have, we've got the Play Booster box. We've got a pre-release kit. We've got a Lorwyn Eclipsed, the bundle. And of course, we've got a collector booster. So let's just start, maybe taking a look at the art. So you can see here, so Lorwyn is obviously a dichotomous land between Lorwyn and Shadowmoor, and the number of novels written about the story of this back in the day. I believe 4 books were written on this. So there was, of course, Lorwyn, there was Shadowmoor, and then there was Morningtide and Eveningtide. So those, of course, being the two, I guess, the two worlds, so the daytime and the nighttime version, and then the transition between the two states. So yeah, we have, of course, we see that represented on the art here. We see Lorwyn, we see Shadowmoor. On here we see, of course, some. It was a very whimsical land, so a lot of like fairies and sort of what I would call maybe the uh, Middle Ages type of lore, of fantasy lore. Um, we've got some like symbolism of the day and night duality. What do we have going on over here? This is a little more stylized on the bundle. Really leaning into the kind of the fairy merchant type of deal. In terms of what do we actually get with some of these? So of course with the play boosters, we get the boosters. I think 24 of them. Over here we get a couple alt arts. We do get a spin down and a box that'll probably have the same art as this. And then on Lorwyn Eclipsed, the collector booster, got some beautiful art with, I guess I don't know what that's what creature fairy type that is, but 12 boosters, nothing too crazy. Is a chance to get a serialized card in here. So a serialized Bitterbloom Bearer, 1 of 500. I believe that's the only serial in this set. And then, of course, in here there's promo packs. One of, I guess, the I don't know if you call it a scandal, but one of the things happening is definitely somebody or one of the the manufacturers that were putting together these packs, they mixed up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in here. So we're seeing online a ton of, I think they've actually spoiled of the all of the mythics and rares from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as far as we can tell, based on the normal frequency of mythics and rares in a set. So I believe all 36 rares and 12 mythics have been, I guess, pulled from these pre-release packs. So yeah, I guess not going to be much to show for TMNT in a couple weeks, but and I don't know. You might be able to call uh, support and have them, send you a replacement card. Since it is pre-release week, I think what Wizards has been telling people was to go ahead and talk to whoever's running your pre-release event and have them crack a pack and replace the TMNT card. I don't know how feasible that is with how bought out most of these will be, so I don't think that was actually particularly good advice from Wizards, but I'm sure they'll make it right in the end, hopefully, and have some sort of website or something where people can get the cards that they were hoping to buy. So I guess without further ado, maybe let's go ahead and get after the pre-release. We'll start there. Move these here back a little bit. So checked out the art already. It's quite nice. Here, let me get it closer so you can see it. Yeah, we got some, I guess, combination. It looks like maybe some satyrs and kind of little culty, maybe some witchcraft kind of stuff going on. Doing a little dance around there. The symbol. That's really all there is to see on this guy. So let's get this guy open. And it says, every light casts a shadow. That is pretty much true. So what do we have in terms of art here? So we then have the duality. We have the night version of the art on the cover. We have a bunch of different tokens. Standard fare there. And on the box, we are replicating what we saw on the outside. So one side is night, the other side is day. And let's pull some packs out. One thing to note, which I believe this is the first set that this has happened in, is that they have multiple arts on the packs now, which is a first for a while. I want to say it was around, I think, Zendikar, the last Zendikar set, where they did away with multiple arts on the packaging. So this is, I believe, the first time they've had multiple arts again. So they have 3 in this case. So we have this guy. We've got an elf here. I think is an elf, although it could be a satyr, hard to say. And kind of this hag kind of thing. Boggart? Bobkin? Something like that. So yeah, that's what we get there. And then let's see. We do have a card divider, just has sort of some ethereal cloud action on it. Nothing too crazy there. They did actually, so for the past few sets, they haven't been too creative with the Planeswalker symbol. And for some reason, they're not putting them on everything, which I don't quite get because they actually do have a stylized Planeswalker symbol. Let me just grab it so you can actually see it here on the Commander boosters. So there is a sort of Lorwyn duality type theme to it. Why they didn't choose to put it on this, I don't know. Kind of makes me feel like maybe there was some rush decisions to get things out the door, which is entirely possible. All right, so we will. Oh, actually, there will be a dice in here. So we will save that promo for last. So normal sized D20 spin down. This one is blue and black. The 20 on here is set symbol, pretty par for the course. Doesn't look like it would be UV reactive or anything. My guess is this is just the standard fair one. Of course, they do the 1 in, I think it's 1 in 10 or 1 in 15. That is a special spin down. I haven't seen any pictures of that yet. Here is the archetypes. So we've got merfolk, goblins, kithkin, elementals, and elves. We have looks like some Shadowmoor types doing a little some sort of planning. So almost look like kind of like astrological maps to me, but they could be just normal maps. Hard to say. Yeah. So that's that. Move these out of the way. And yeah, how about we get cracking? So first pack, of course, in this particular set, the much loved Bloom Tender is in play, which, as you all know, is one of the best mana dorks in the game. All right, so what do we have? You know, this entire set is definitely harkening back to some of the old school art styles, which I think a lot of people have been missing. So that will be good. Evolving Wilds, there you go, with landscape and Lorwyn. Very nice. Warren Torchmaster, Spell Snare, Reaping Willow, Champion of the Path. So there we go. We got our first rare, and not a bad one. So that's the card to beat now. And then what do we have here? We've got Stratosaur, Plains, and Goblin Token, Goblin Fairy. So there you go. Blossom Bind. End Blaze Epiphany. We got a Boggart Prankster. Forests. Merfolk Shapeshifter. So there, I would imagine there will be some trickster type mechanics in this set. But there will also be quite a bit of milling in this set from what I see. So Moon Shadow is another one of the big chase cards, which synergizes very, very well with Graveyard and milling. Look at that little weird goat guy. There we go. Here's first. So this is sort of the alt art frame. So Thought Left Lieutenant, kind of almost like the Eldraine storybook style from Wilds of Eldraine. It looks really nice. Set that one aside because that That one does look quite pretty. Protective response. And we got our first mythic, Meek Attack. Got a bunch of what looks to be, I think, goblins. All right. And then we got Flaring Cinder. Got a pretty little town there. Yeah, I mean it's nice to be back in universe for a set. There's going to be quite a few sets this year that are not in universe. Check that one out. That one's pretty cool. Very colorful. That one really pops. We got Grub's Command coming in rare. Beautiful swamp work there. Yeah, so this year there's going to be Star Trek. So I mean, there's a lot of people that like Star Trek, but Star Trek is just so different than this that I don't know how, if I can predict how it's going to go. Gleneldra Guardian. It's a fairly decent one. We got Flash and Flying. Only 3. Remove some counters. Yeah, that one coming in rare for us. We got Blighted Blackthorn. Goblin. All right. So in terms of some of the ones that people are chasing, of course they do have some fracture foils in this set, similar to the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 sets. So they do have more of like the fracture foils have kind of an anime style for the most part, and then Moonshadow, Bloom Tender are big ones. The Spine Rock Tyrant, gorgeous card. The alt art for this Glenadra Guardian that we just pulled is another one that's people are after. All right, let's get through this last pack and check out what that promo is. Warren Torchmaster. We got Doran, Besieged by Time. Treefolk Druid. We got some Marrows. All right. So let us see what is in here. And we got Urdu, Carrier of the Dawn, coming in Mythic, coming in hot. It's a foil card too. So this is one of the kind of godlike creatures that helps usher in the transition. So okay, so one side is Urdu, the other side is Sulu, Carrier of Twilight, Carrier of Dawn. Awesome. Okay, so we are through that. Put these away. Pop this off to the side. And we will now go get after, I think, this bundle. And then we'll kick it into high gear. And we will... All right. Oh, who do we got? We got somebody in chat. Welcome, welcome. pulled the same thing in which card did you pull? Was it the same promo? Pulled Irdu. So yeah, here's the bundle. So of course we're gonna get our 9 packs. Get a larger spin down. And let's see. And inside the box, no art or anything. We do have, oh, I got a couple posters. Double the posters. Hopefully I get double the packs too. So we got cool little art of kind of storybook type art of what appears to be like a boggart witch. And then just looking over what all the other products. Like I said, Draft Night, I don't believe got shipped or wasn't shipped in this area. So we don't have that available to look at. Here's our box. Oh, they actually have, I guess they have two different Planeswalker things that they worked out. Kind of odd that they never seen them make two except for a set where, well, I guess they did with Lord of the Rings and a few others, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. Wouldn't have expected it from this set. All right, so here is the spin down. That does look to be the one advertised in the box. So kind of a, sorry, get that a little closer, kind of a shimmery teal colored one. It's got a few different little flourishes in the font. And I don't know why it shows a 0 there. I don't know if it was an attempt at trying to do the set symbol that just kind of missed the mark. It's kind of what that looks like to me. But be that as it may. All right, so we got our lands. We got our packs. And then what do we have on here? We've got, all right, we've got this guy. Don't really know what, I guess he's a shapeshifter. Yeah, shapeshifter. Okay. And of course we have the lands. Here is the alt art. Ooh, Hallow Fountain promo, very nice. Was it the full art or just the regular art? I'm hoping I get a full art. They're pretty looking shocklands. All right, so here's the alt art card, Kin Binding. Plus X, where X is the number of creatures that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Yeah, okay. So here's the different arts for the set. They look pretty nice. Very consistent art style. I dig that. Looks like, I guess they only did 2 arts. That's interesting. Normally they do 4 different arts, but they did 3 of a kind of a basic art and one of a slightly different. Interesting. Actually, do I think I'm missing a forest? Right? Forest 1. Yeah, I'm missing. We got mountain. Seems like I'm only have 3 of many of those lands. Let me check the package. Did they change it? 5 traditional foil and 5 full art Lorwyn basic lands. I'm only seeing 3 here. I'd have to look into that. But we will look into that later. All right, to the cards. We'll start picking up the pace here a little bit. Flock. It's an expensive card. Got another one of those Thoughtwept Lieutenants. Bristlebane Battler. Kithkin Soldier. Eclipsed Realm. As this land enters, choose an elemental creature type and add 1 colorless. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend it only to cast the chosen type. Okay. Explosive Prodigy, Dream Harvest, another Sunderflock. Double rare there. Hopefully the stream, I don't see any dropped frames, so the stream seems like it's holding up pretty well. Bree of Clan Stout Arm, Giant Warrior. Haven't seen any shocks yet, so I guess I don't know how rare they are in this set. Maybe they made them quite a bit more rare than some of the other sets. I know in Tarkir and Ravnica and some of the more recent sets, I have pulled a lot of shocks, and even Edge of Eternities. Catharsis is mythic. There you go. It's interesting they call it a elemental incarnation and not a snail. Clearly a snail. And we got Lava Leaper in that alt art style. This little rare there. Honestly, the thing I was, looking most forward to were the shocks. Shocks looked real nice, and hopefully I'll pull a Bloom Tender. Don't know how rare they are, but probably pretty rare. Puka's Eye. Champion of the Klatchen. Flashcard. Water Shaper. Merfolk. There you go. Another alt art. Eclipsed Kithkin. Marilyn Fey Ascendant. Brain Walker. Here we go. We got a named mythic here. Wistfulness. So the kind of the named one that I've been looking for is the full art Deceit. It's a big angler fish. That one I think looks really cool. But Wistfulness, there we go. So this one ability differs based on how you pay for it. Interesting that it's only green green or blue blue, and if you pay green blue, there's no effect. People will have to keep that one in mind. All right, last pack. Can we get a shock or something to squawk about? Abigail, Eloquent First Year. Got a Bird Bard. No, been pretty quiet opening thus far. We got a big stack over here. The interesting thing is that there are, if you look through the rares in this set, rares and mythics, there's a couple quite high value cards, but then there's a lot of cards in that like greater than $1 range. I think, as far as I can tell, much larger than most sets. I don't know if that's just, opening weekend pricing, which it certainly could be. Or if they made just like a set that was really catering towards the, center power level. So here we got the archetypes. Go ahead and scan there to check out Gather is my guess. All right. Let's pull out some stacks here. We'll really start picking up the clip a bit because we're already at 30 minutes, folks. And I value your time. But if I don't start pulling some shocks, I don't know. I'm going to run out of steam here. All right. Oh, here we go. Mirror Mind Crown. So Mirror Mind Crown. This one definitely you're gonna get a little rare. This one is very interesting in that equipment that is attached to a creature. The first time you would create one or more tokens, you may instead create a token of the copy of the equipped creature. So start banging out a bunch of 7/7 tokens, and you'll cause some damage. Very nice. We got Ashleen Rekindled. All right. Full art as well. Ashleen Rhymebound. Another nice rare there. All right, so picking up steam. All right, what do we got? Taster of Wares. Hallowed Fountain. Hallelujah. got our first shock. So there we go. First shock. And it's a foil, no less. So that hallowed fountain. This, I believe, is the... Well, I guess this one kind of shows both sides of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. But the full art seems like it's a little more Lorwyn oriented. But all right, we got one. We're not going to be totally skunked here. And who knows? Maybe I'm saving up all that karma for this collector booster. It's going to come with 3 serialized cards. Collective Inferno. As Convoke, double all damage that sources you control of the chosen type would deal. Probably some clever way to use that one, I would imagine. Got that Eclipsed Boggart. Dawnblessed Pendant. Mutable Explorer. That Mutable Explorer, that reminds me of, what was the card? Olaf? O-U-P-H-E. I think that was from the original Lorwyn set, or at least it certainly looks like it could be. Aquatic Defenses. That's from the box there. There you go, right there. Shapeshifter. Got that, pulled that one already. Bristlebane Battler. Looks like they've tamped down a little bit on the number of rare slots. I was just opening some of the older packs and would get a 3 rare or a 4 rare pack every, I don't know, 10, 15 packs. And these ones are definitely kind of strictly sticking to 1 or 2. So we got that Grave Shifter, Ukazai. We got Marlin, we pulled that guy. Celestial Reunion. There's a mythic. But yeah, it seems like the play boosters here at least they're sticking pretty solidly at that 1 or 2 rare per pack. Set boosters and some of the early play boosters definitely seemed like they were a little more enriched. Got a Curse Crafter. Vibrance, all right. So we're coming in with one of those kind of archetypal named cards. Looks like a happy little Blossom Dog. All right, we are almost at the bottom of the first stack here. Personify. Formidable Speaker. Harmonized Crescendo. Here we go. This is one of the chase cards. So yeah, this one definitely plays well into tribal, right? So you're drawing a card for every permanent you control of a given type. Yeah, that will help a brother out for sure. And of course, Lorwyn was, I don't know if it was the original tribal decks, but playing goblins or fairies or elves was obviously a big part of the meta back then. Prismatic undercurrents. All right. We're getting a bunch of these named. So, yeah, we're picking up. Emptiness. The full art Emptiness, I believe, is a pretty cool looking one, too. Almost reminds me of some big alien kind of thing sucking you into the abyss. I also noticed with Lorwyn Eclipsed, it seemed like the play boosters were a little bit cheaper. Maybe it's just because a lot of the more recent sets have been out of universe, but I think it was 10, 20 bucks cheaper than what they were with the last few. Ashling's Command, Clackenheart, Rigid Dome's Mind. All right, end of the first stack. We're amassing a pretty nice little pile there. Oh, Bitterbloom Bear. Boom. One of those you want to pull. Flash Flying, 1/1. Pretty cheap. Make some tokens. Flying tokens. Yeah. Not bad. This isn't a massive set, so we are seeing quite a bit of duplicates, as one might expect. I believe this is only, I wonder if I have the number right in front of me here. I believe it is, I wanted to say like 190. Or no, this is actually a pretty big set, 400. Although of unique cards, I want to say it's closer to 190. Look, went first here. That's a dupe. Champions of the Perfect. Seer. There we go. We pulled one. Bloom Tender. Arguably one of the top 3 mana dorks in the whole game. So, and we got one. This is the standard art. The fracture art is really the one that people are going after pretty hard. But we got it. This is sort of the equivalent of what was the card? Badger Mole Cub from Avatar. You at least want to get one regardless of the art style. So we got it. Slumbering Walker. There you go. So this is, we'll put this off to the side because that's probably the one to beat at the moment. We'll see what is Bloom Tender clocking in at, and that was Bloom Tender 166. Bloom Tender 166, a respectable $8. But the fracture foil is definitely 100 plus. I think some of these that I've seen posted are in excess of getting pretty close to 500. Let's see what this Moon Shadow Fracture is going for. If Scryfall will load up for me. Yeah, 300 for Moon Shadow Fracture foil. So we got that Ashling Rekindled. This is the standard art. We had pulled sort of the full art earlier. Lorwyn, the Imperfect Naturalist. And closing in on the bottom of the second here, or second stack. Let's see if we can get, we're still at only one shock. So, End Blaze Epiphany. What are we doing here? Deals X damage, target creature. That creature dies this turn, exile a number of cards from the top of your library equal to its power. And choose a card exiled this way until the end of the turn. You may play a card. Okay. The one we have not seen here is Hexing Squelcher. I know that is one that is up high on the list. Winnowing. There we go. And we got Lochmare. So we got a rare and we got a mythic. And both a couple bucks. So all right, let's take out the last stack here. I guess shocks are going to be rarer than I thought in this one, but maybe it's just this box. We got Mornsong Aria and Sig's Command. Haven't seen that Tyrant either, which really like the art on the Tyrant. That one is primo. Looks like a big flaming dragon. All right, we got another Erdu. Erdu and Isulu. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Unique Attack. We're getting some mythics, but pretty standard fare mythics. Bulk mythics, if you will, for the most part. Eclipsed Elf. There we go. Hexing Squelcher. We got it. All right, so we're rounding out just a couple more mythics that we haven't seen yet. So we got haven't seen Moon Shadow yet. Haven't seen we haven't seen Moon Shadow. We haven't seen Selfless Safe Right. We haven't seen Bloodline Bidding. We did get Collective Inferno. No Morning Tide. We haven't seen that Deceit yet. And we're running, from my opinion, pretty short on shocks. Oh, here we go. Special guest. Special guest, Mistbind Click. All right, coming in Mythic. Actually, give me 1 second. I don't have the special guest pulled up. Let's take a look. What do we have for special guests from Lorwyn? So there's some. So there's a tutor. We got an idyllic tutor. Oh, okay, tutor. We have this Mistbound Click. 12 bucks. It's not too shabby. We got Bitter Blossom. We have Fairy Macabre. Goblin Sharpshooter. That one looks pretty cool. What else do we have? Devoted Druid. Oh, Manamorphose. Hex Pinnacle. The Dolmen Gate. And Painter's Servant. Interesting. The 1,000-Year Elixir. Yeah, so they have actually this is a quite a large special guest. There's what 2, 4, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, so there's 20. So that's about double the size of a normal special guest. Most of the time they're 5 or 10. I guess Aether Drift had a slightly bigger one too. But yeah, 5 or 10 is more common. So I guess interesting. Interesting indeed. Wonder what's driving them to push the special guests more so. And they all have the same kind of look to them, the kind of like paper cutout. But that's cool. All right, where was that? Was that in our? Oh, and that wasn't even our rares. So we got Sapling Nursery, Kin Bindings. That's the regular version. So here's a. So I guess this would be a quad. So maybe you can expect a quad rare mythic about every. I guess we're nearly through here. So about every 30 is what it's looking like. They definitely made those rares and mythics a little more rare. I guess mythic. Or I got unlucky and I got a kind of a dud of a box. Clan of Stout Arm, I believe we pulled that one already. We're saving up that karma for that collector booster. No ifs, ands, or buts. Dundulin Weaver. I dig the art on this one. It's really cool. It'd be like a good D&D NPC. Scuzzback Scrounger. All right, two left, and we are going to be tapped out with only one shock. Got a decent number of mythics. We got most of the big ones. Haven't seen Moon Shadow yet. Was hoping we'll see that. Rhyme Fire Torque. Another Sunderflock. Okay, you're my only hope, Obi-Wan. Let's see it. And what do we got? Champions of the Perfect. Nope. So we're we're running low on fancy lands. So we're gonna have to hope that all of that luck is distilled into this collector booster box. So yeah, like I said, there's the chance to pull a serialized. I assume that's exceedingly rare. I don't know if they say, they actually list um, what the probability is. It says mythic rare in less than 1% of boosters. Yeah, so let's get after it. Okay, so nice art on these. See how easy it is to get these open. These ones are sealed a little bit tighter, I think. One thing I did notice is that my collector boosters were from Japan, and the Japanese printers tend to be a little more careful with nearly everything. So just hoping that these are all of the utmost quality. I guess we didn't see any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles either, so I don't know if we will. I believe it was just in the pre-releases. And they even collated these the right way, so it's nice for a right-handed person. So here's all of our commons. We'll get up to that land. That land signals the turning point. Spry and Mighty. Get that closer. Spry and Mighty. Springleaf Parade coming from Commander. Aren't really any super valuable Commander cards. I think the most expensive card is like $7. We got the Twilight Diviner in that kind of that cool alt art style. Moonshadow. There we go. Got her on the first pack. Bang. So that checks that one off the list. This is the full art style too. Not the fracture art is different. Quite a bit different, but I really like this one too. Yeah, Menace and getting 6 -1/-1 counters on it is definitely a challenge to overcome. We got Dream Harvest and we got Sneak Zombie token. So let's put this guy over here. Bloom Tender and Moonshadow sitting side by side, being best friends. All right. Well, this is good. Apparently the karma was saved up. Let's see if it continues. Oof. Okay. What do we got? Eclipsed Marrow. So marrows are the dark version of the merfolk. Right. Plains. And here we go. Now we're getting some more shocky shocks. All right. So here's our Temple Guard shock. Standard art, but I'll take it. We got Grave Venerations in the alt art. We got that Collective Inferno. You know, we'll throw it up for Collective Inferno. And Vibrance. Okay, Vibrance. Coming in Mythic with the full art. And Champions of Quackland. And here we go with art. I believe arts, I don't know if this is true of every set going forward, but I believe art cards may only be in the collector boosters, which I kind of have mixed feelings about that because those collector boosters are not free, let me tell you that. And if you are replacing a card with an art card, I could see if they just added more cards to it, or if it didn't count in the card count. But if you're replacing a card, then I don't know how I feel about that. Eclipsed Flamekin. Got an Eclipsed Elf. And all right, we have seen Brigid already. Belonging, Incarnation, Dream Harvest. None of these are new. Tristan's Command might be new. Good Elf Sorcery. Right. So what? We're up to 2 shocks. Still missing a couple mythics, but we're trending in the right direction. Got that Eclipsed Boggart. And what do we got? Champions of the Shoal. We got an Ashling of the Limitless. We got a Gloom Ripper. Gloom Ripper coming in rare for us. And we got champions. We got Steam Vents. Is it real? I think it is. And that is a rare foil. So full art no less. So that is looking pretty nice. We'll put that up here with those guys because that deserves it. Ooh, check out this art. This goes hard. Check out this like goat sphinx lightning elemental. Dang. And then we got why am I spacing on the name? This elemental guy. Crazy. Oh, did I? All right, we're about halfway through these collector boosters. Let's see if we can luck out and find some more spicy cards to be happy about. We got Twin Flame Travelers, Explosive Prodigy, Goliath Daydreamer, Abundant Countryside, another art of that. Got another Winnowing. I'll throw that up there. Extended art. We got Catharsis, full art, foil. Okay. We're moving in the right direction here. Okay, let's pull these bad boys out. See, we got somebody in the house, it looks like. Welcome. We're in the last 10-15 minutes here of pulls. We got that alt art style, alt frame. And what do we got? Rhymefire Torque. Oft nabbed goat. There we go with the Glen Elendra Guardian. Not too bad. Sig's Command, Celestial Reunion, and an art card of somebody who looks like Where the Wild Things Are. The Barn. Glister Barn. Okay, we got Vibrance. Pulled that one earlier. Puka's Covenant. All right, here we go. This is what we're looking for. Shocks. Shocks for days at full art. Temple Garden. And we got Oko. Oko, I guess, was one of those mythics we were missing. Not Bulge Oko, but Oko nonetheless. If you don't know what I'm talking about, one of his arts, he's wearing some pretty tight leather pants, and yeah, they don't leave much to the imagination. We'll put you up here because I think he might be one of the only planeswalkers in this set. And then we got Twilight Diviner. We have seen you today. These look like the Sunder Flock, yeah. Full art, Sunder Flock. All right. So we're checking more things off the list, getting more full art shocks. One of the things that I wanted the most. Haven't seen that Hallowed Fountain full art though. That's what I wanted the most with that big seashell on it. All right, here we go. First year, we've seen you. Lamentation, you're new, but you're coming also from the commander set, so we'll see you anyways. Reese the Evermore. Cheap flash card. Okay, can manage. We got another Mirror Crown, full art in this case. Not bad. I'll throw it up for Mirror Crown. And not quite Fracture foil, but pretty Fracture style art. So that's the Japanese art Collective Inferno. Not the Fracture foil, but a foil Japanese art. So that is that'll give the cha-ching. Yeah, nice little card. You go up here. Okay, we got three packs here, and then we are going to be. I'm dropping frames here, folks. I'm sorry. Somebody must have started streaming upstairs. Harmonized Crescendo. All right. Elemental Spectacle. Chiral. Attentive First Year. Blood Crypt. Full art. That's what I am talking about. We want that. We want those shocks. And oh, look at that. Look at that. We are also rocking out the full art Hexing Squelcher. All right. That Karma's paying off. The standard play booster packs weren't really impressing, but this box is starting to get pretty spicy. If we end on a cereal, oof, I might have to create a new pop-up or something. All right. Tristan's Command. We've seen you. Vera 4, the Young You, Treefolk Druid. You're also new. Rhymefire Toke. We've seen you. High Perfect. Morcant. You're new. Flitter Wing Nuisance in the kind of paper cutout style. All right, collectively I'll throw it up for you guys. And last pack. Actually, no. There is a promo pack that I can open up for you guys as well. Almost last pack. Actually, let's save this guy for last. So we did have So this is the buy a box promo here. Farhaven Elf. So not too shabby. Search your library. Always something you want to see. And then we do have this promo pack, not the foil pack. I guess I wasn't a big enough buyer to get the foil ones. But let's see if we got anything cool. Oh, nice. Hallowed Fountain promo. Okay, okay. I'll take that. We got Silver Gill Mentor, and oh, nice. I guess a Johnny is here too. A couple planeswalkers. So a Johnny, the planeswalker. Outland Chaperone. Okay. Not too shabby on that one. I could have held that one off to the end, but no. Let's end on a collector booster. So collector booster, last one. Oh, let's hope there's a full art Hallowed Fountain. I mean, if nothing else, I did get 2 regular Hallowed Fountains, but come on, come on. So we got the shiny bulk. Okay, here it is. Come on. Sapling Nursery. Landfall. Yeah, I mean, probably some utility. I'd have to look at that one. Rain Slicked Cops. Dual land cycling, but it comes in tapped, so probably not worth a whole lot. Taster of Wares in the alternate style. Okay, this is it. Next card makes or breaks it. Grub Storied Matriarch is in the full art, is a nice rare. And Champion of the Path. Okay. Well, folks, we did I think pretty respectably. Would I have liked a cereal? Sure. But yeah, we're sitting here with a stack of rares and mythics. I think we ended up with 5 or 6 shocklands. We did get the big guys over here, Bloom Tender and Moonshadow. See if this no, he's not gonna focus for us. But yeah, well, we did it, folks, and it was nice to be back in universe. We didn't see any of the snafus with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, so that's good. Hopefully not as widespread as what it has appeared to have been on the internet. But I appreciate you spending the time with me. If you like what you see, you want me to show other stuff, I also do videos of, board game stuff and whatnot. So if there's something you want to see, let me know. Drop me some comments. Would love it if you would like and subscribe. But otherwise, have a safe and happy weekend. I hope you can get out there and play at a sealed tournament and be excellent to each other. As always, you're with the Game Engineer, and we will see you next time.